See, we come to the next part, that is the professional ethics and standard. In this part, we have to see the related to professional ethics and standard. This topic is very easy and you can score 3 marks as a very easy way. And first, we know institutional framework of a registered valuer. We have an institutional framework and the company's registered valuer valuation rules 2017. That from the 2017, we have to come to the registered valuer. Earlier, we have a well tax valuer concept in India by the CBDT valuer. We can say that 34 AV. We have a 34 valuer by the well tax valuer. Or we can say CBDT valuer. But after 2017, the IBBS came out, and in there they have created the RVOs and the registered valuer. At present, we have a 15 RVOs, and after you clarify the exam, you will become the registered valuer. This is very basic concept. Then we know very well we have a different classes of asset. Different class of asset. Asset classification is specified by IBBI. That three specific asset we have. One is the securities or financial asset, plant and machinery, and land. Three basic classification we have. Then RVO set under the section number 8. Section number 8 is a non-profit organization. Section number is a non-profit. Earlier, we have this section number 8 is related with the Companies Act 2013. Companies Act 2000. After coming to the Companies Act 2013, we have no the section 8 in relation to the non-profit organization. Before Companies Act 2013, we have a Companies Act 1956. Similar in 1956, there is a section is 25. You have to remember both the sections, section number 8 and section number 25. Section number 8 is a Companies Act 2013. Section number 25, Companies Act 1956. Both the action says the non-profit organization, and RFBO set it under the non-profit organization. In there, we have a independent director should be a majority, and resident director should be a majority. In there, in independent director, we have a 3 part. One is a 4 committee mandatory, resident director, and chairman to be a independent director. Then we have which are the 4 mandatory committee we have? Membership committee, monitoring committee, grievances redressal committee, and disciplinary committee. These 4 committee we have. And what is a resident director? A resident director is an individual who reside in the particular jurisdiction and appoints a director as a director of a company. Then we have a chairman to be independent director. In the construct of the RVO, having a chairman who is an independent of the, who is also independent director. Then we come to the membership recognition. See, after you becoming the, after you already taking, or you are in path of the, already you have taken the primary enrollment and undertaking the educational course. Then after you complete the 50 hour, then you take the examination which is conducted by the IBBI. As well, you have also enrollment with RVO, CEV. After clarifying your enrollment with the RVO as a registered valuer, and they will issue a certificate of practice. After the post qualification training, after you qualify, they will conduct a 1-day post qualification training. In there, they will issue a certificate of practice. Then we have a new era of valuation in India. See, in before the 2017, already we have discussed that we have a valuation concept in India through the 34 AV valuer, that is through the IBB, through the wealth tax, or we can say CBDT valuer, Central Board of Direct Tax. But that time not a legal recognition. Nowadays it is totally legal recognition by the IBBI. That time not a regulated profession. Now it is a totally regulated profession by whom? By the RVOs. Uniform practice, earlier we do not have that much scope, but after Companies Act, we are getting a lot of scope. We are getting a lot of scope in practice of value. Skill set and capacity building. What is a skill set and capacity building? Earlier we do not have we have to develop our capacity building. How? Earlier we do not have that compulsory training, but at present, after you become a registered valuer, for maintaining the certificate of practice, for renewal the certificate, you have to take 16-hour compulsory training program. That's one thing. 16-hour compulsory training program. Then your certificate will be renewed. That is certificate of practice you can renew. Otherwise, it is not possible. Then we have a professional ethics and standard. Principles that govern the conduct and behavior of group and group of profession. Suppose you have, if you are, your conduct and your behavior in a profession shows that the professional ethics. Standard are so much codified as a set of rules. All these standards, they created a set of rules, and which you people have follow that rules. Particular group of people in a profession adhere to. You have to follow, and there are no discrimination. There are no discrimination that some valuers they follow different rules. All the valuers they have to follow the set of rule which is framed by the IBBI. All those in particular group will follow the same set of rule. Profession are regulated by statutory bodies and professional standard. Failure to comply this standard can invite a disciplinary action. Already we have discussed. We have a disciplinary committee. We have a disciplinary. Every RVO they have a disciplinary committee. If you fail to fulfill the professional ethics, the set of rules which here they have framed, if you not follow, then they invite a disciplinary action. It also maintains the public trust in the profession. Suppose you are, if you maintain the professional ethics, then the client will be also trust to you people that you are the valuer. You have to maintain the professional ethics for maintaining the trust of the general public also. Then why code of conduct is required? It is professional code of conduct is provide benefit to the public, benefit to the client, benefit the member as a profession. If you are a member of the profession, then you also getting the benefit. The profession as a whole and other dealing with the profession. If the client who are dealing with us, they also get the benefit. Then model code of conduct. We have a different type of model code of conduct. This model code of conduct is very important. From here, they will generally give the question. As notified by Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India under Companies Registered Valuer and the Valuation Rules 2017 and other engagement consultation. We have a total how many model code of conduct? 8. Integrity and fairness, professional competence and due care, independence and disclosure of interest, confidentiality, information management, gift and hospitality, remuneration and cost, occupation, employability, and destruction. A total 8 model code of conduct. One by one we'll discuss. Then we come to the valuation standard. This part is very important. Valuation standard. In valuation standard, we have 3 rules. Rule number 8, rule number 18, and rule number 19. Rule number 8, what says out? Compliance with the notified standard. Registered valuer must comply with the valuation notified by the central government. Okay, interim guideline. Until notified standard are issued, valuers shall follow internationally accepted valuation standard as IBS and valuation standard adopted by RVO. If there any RVO they adopted the valuation, then in meantime you can follow it. Rule number 18, what says out? Notification of valuation standard. Central government role. The central government notify valuation standard. Recommendation. They have recommendation from the committee. Full recommendation. They have set up the committee. From there, he will receive the recommendation. The committee set up under rule number 90 make recommendation for valuation. That is says by the rule number 90. And what is the committee? The rule 90 committee for the evaluation standard. And in that committee, there is a composition. What is the composition they have? The committee likely consists of expert in valuation, finance, and the related field. Role. What is the role of the committee? The committee recommend the valuation standard to the central government. He generally recommended what the changes or what the parameters you have to put. Then what is the importance? What is the importance? If the committee of valuation standard, consistency and transparency should be maintained. The valuation standard should ensure the consistency and transparency in the valuation practice. Credibility and reliability. Compliance with the standard if you enhance the credibility and reliability of valuation profession. Application. Registered value rule number E, rule number 18, rule number 90 apply to the registered value conducting valuation. In the valuation, you have to follow rule number 8, rule number 18, and rule number 19. But that's it. Valuation report, valuer must ensure that the valuation report comply with the applicable standard, which are framed by under rule number 8, 18, and 19. Then we have a valuation report. The report shall be include. What the report shall be include? Basis premise and its definition. In every report, you must have basis premise and definition. Assumption and limitation should be there. Method of the valuation adopted, whatever valuation method you have adopted, and save it. Then first the basis and premise of its definition. Supreme Court of India held trust that the market value must be satisfied by the willing buyer, or we can say willing seller. But similarly, view in the expression by the Law Commission India in the report of the year 1958, in case where the value is estimated different from the standard definition, it must be clearly defined in the report. Suppose you are making the other basis, you have made the other basis or premise for the valuation report, then you have to clearly show in the valuation report. Otherwise, it's very difficult. Then assumption and limitation. Whatever assumption and limitation you have taken, limiting condition will mostly arise in the collection of information and data, where a valuer is unable to collect and verify the same. This generally we people face. This is generally we people generally face when we do the valuation. If there are any limiting condition regarding the use of report, then they must be clearly mentioned in the report. Then we have a method of valuation report, method of the valuation to be adopted. What type of different valuation method you have to adopt it? The selection of the method of the valuation is a prerogative of the valuer. Based on the fact and the circumstances of each case, the valuer will be select the appropriate method of valuation. There are no specific. Valuation of the intangible asset involve three basic approaches: the cost, income, and market. And other part we have to see the valuation report, that is a SABIT. SABIT are the essential part of the instruction, setting limit to the extent of the contract between the parties. SABIT especially in respect of confidential, you have to make the confidential in relation to the valuation report. Physical verification is very important part, and information and if there is any special circumstances there, you have to maintain this SABIT. Then we have a peer review by RVO. Suppose you have done the valuation report. Then we have in every RVO, there is a peer review committee also. Every RVO. And what the review, the overview? The registered value organization conduct peer review to ensure the compliance. They generally ensure the compliance. What type of report you have made? There any deficiency in your report? And if you remove the deficiency, then it is very beneficial for you people. And verify the adherence to regulation and standard. What the regulation standard they given by the IBBI, that regulation standard you are following or not. Improve the quality for peer review. They also improve the quality of the services. Ensure the quality of service provided by insolvency professional. Suppose you are taking the IBC case. In IBC cases, the IRP they generally provide the assignment. In that case, it also helps to improve our quality of the report by taking the peer review of the our report. Then we have an objective. What is the objective for peer review? Maintain the standard, uphold the professional standard and best practice. By reviewing the report, we generally uphold the professional standard as well as the best practice. And suppose nowadays there is a lot of competition is arising, lot of competition there. Depending on your report, you will get the assignment. Suppose if you go to the bank then there are lot of valuer is available. There are no discount. There is, so all the valuer are impairment. But how you will get the assignment as a regular basis? That depend on your report also. Depend on the service what you are providing to the bank. Depend on the, suppose you have, if 34, if you talking about the company set, company, suppose you have received the case of the merger, then in that case you have to put you generally put the report now. Based on the report, they will assign the later on they will assign the later next tax, or they will refer that this value is very good. Well, all the tax will be depend on the our report itself. And communication. Communication report is very important. Communication for receiving the assignment, and for report for showing the, for reacting the our assignment, what we have received the assignment, for reacting in that assignment, we have to give the just report. Promote transparency. We have generally promoted the transparency and integrity in the insolvency proceeding, or we can say in the registered valuer. Build confidence. Enhance the confidence in the enhancing insolvency resolution process, that is IBC cases. In IBC cases, if suppose you have reviewed our report now yourself, then you get the tax, what we can say, back to back, you will receive the assignment from the IRP. Then we have a scope. What is the scope of peer review? That is in insolvency process, review the professional practices and procedure. In valuation report, examination of the valuation report and methodology. What are what the valuation report you have done, and what the methodology you have adopted, and that methodology you have to give to the RVOs as you come under the peer review. Then with the process selection, insolvency resolution or the cases as per peer review, as per the peer review, a peer reviewer examine the professional practice and procedural report. We are talking both in IBC cases as well as the normal companies. Feedback, the reviewer provide feedback and recommendation for improvement. They generally receive the feedback from the team of the the peer review team of the RVO, and from that feedback is very important for us. If we receiving the feedback, then it is we recalling our the improvement in later stage. Then what is the benefit? Improved quality, enhance the quality of services provided by insolvency professional, increase transparency. We promote the transparency and accountability in the insolvency proceeding, that IBC cases. Best practice, encourage adoption of best practice and industry standard. We have to also increase the best practice. By best practice, completion, a lot of completion is coming nowadays. Importance, regulatory compliance, ensure compliance with IBBI regulation and standard. Professional development, support the professional development of the insolvency professional, that is in IBC cases. Then come to the inspection part. Inspection by IBBI. Earlier we have done the peer review by RVO. Now we come to the inspection by the IBBI, that is given the clause number 30. Overview. Clause 30 empowered the Insolvency Bankruptcy Board of India to conduct the inspection. Registered valuer, IBBI may also inspect the record and practice of the insolvency professional. That the purpose, compliance verification. You have to do the compliance verification, verify the compliance with the regulation and standard. You have to also see the risk assessment, that identify potential risks and irregularities there in the inspection part. So inspection may cover, what they cover in inspection? Record and documents. In record, in model, already we have seen in model code of conduct, they are putting the one model code of conduct, confidentiality. Confidentiality is that you have to preserve the confidence. Similar way, you have to maintain the record and document for the inspection part by the IBBI. Examination of record, report, and document. Practice and the procedure, what type of practice and procedure you are following, that review by the IBBI. Consequences, corrective action. Registered valuer may also require to take the corrective action by inspection by the IBBI, or if you do not put the corrective action, then alternative situation is that you have to pay the penalties. Non-compliance may result in penalties or disciplinary action. Based on your report, based on your document, you have to preserve the document as a proper way. You have to maintain the record and in a proper way. Then we have a hierarchy of the valuation standard. Already we have discussed the valuation standard. Central government notified, yes, it's okay. If central government not notified, any method notified in any statute, no. Then we come to the internationally accepted standard, the IVS, or we can notify by RVO. If some of the standard notified by the RVO, then you adopt the that standard. Then we have a internationally prominent valuation bodies. These are different valuation bodies we have, and from here generally they somehow they gave the abbreviation form type of question. Internationally, the Valuation Standard Council, as IVS, the Appraisal Foundation, the TAF, Royal Institution of Chartered Surveyor, the RACS, the Trade Book, the CSA Institute, the American Society of Appraiser, that is ASA, the Canadian Institute of Chartered Business Valuator, the Uniform Standard Professional Appraisal Practice, that is USPAP, the European Group of Valuer Association, that is the TOGVA, that is the Blue Book. Then this is MCQ, we'll discuss on later on. Complete. Now we come to the forms and annexure. This is very important part. Very important part for example. Forms and annexure. Forms where it is written. Forms written in annexure number 2. And so this form for which purpose, where it is utilized. See, when you qualify the exam now, then for taking the certificate of registration, you have to fill the form. From the taking certificate of registration from IBBI. Then that time you have to fill the form. That form number A is to fill by individual. If you want to practice the individual, then you have to fill the form number A by paying the 5,000 rupees fee. That is a non-refundable fee. It is non-refundable. And if you want to practice the corporate or firm, practice the corporate or firm, then in that case you have to pay the rupees 10,000 fee. That is also non-refundable. And form number C given by IBB against form number A and B. Suppose someone has filled the form A and someone has filled the form, then IBB will reply by the form number C. And form number D to filled by section 8 company for RVO, then 1 lakh rupees fee, and form number E that is given by IBBA against form number D. And this fee is also nowadays increased. Then we have a form annexure number 2 timeline. This is a timeline. After filling the form, you have to wait for how many days? 60 days. Minimum 60 days. Generally, they take a time for approve the application. Approval to be given in 60 days from application. 21 days given by IBBI to remove the deficiency. If there is any deficiency, then 21 days is generally take to remove the deficiency. If IBBI do not want to give you membership, then notice in 45 days to be given, give opportunity of being heard. Applicant need to respond within how many days? 15 days of notice. IBBI will decide in 30 days from the response received. Then from the timeline is also very important. So that 60 days or 21 days and 45 days.
देखिए आपसे कभी कभी ये टाइमलाइन भी पूछा जा सकता है एज एन एमसीक्यू। अप्रूवल कितने दिन में मिलना चाहिए आपको पता होना चाहिए। उसके बाद टू रिमूव डेफिशिएंसी कितना टाइम अलॉटेड है ये भी आपको पता होना चाहिए। अगर आपको रिस्पॉन्ड करना है तो आपको कोई उसके लिए दिया गया है अपॉर्चुनिटी ऑफ हियरिंग दिया गया है तो आपको कितने दिन में रिस्पॉन्ड करना है। अपॉर्चुनिटी ऑफ हियरिंग कितने दिन वैलिड होगा। उसके बाद में आपको आईबीबीए ने कितने टाइम में डिसाइड करना है। ये सभी टाइमलाइंस आपको लिमिटेशन पीरियड आपको पता होना चाहिए एट द टाइम ऑफ एग्जामिनेशन। इट मे बी एमसीक्यू ड्यूरिंग योर एग्जामिनेशन। यस सर, प्लीज कंटिन्यू।
Thank you, sir. Then we come to the RV process flow chart. Already we have discussed educational qualification experience required, 50-hour training by RVO, examination by IBBI, meet other eligibility criteria, and applied to the IBBI through RVO in form number A. If you practice the individual. And basic eligibility criteria, we have a positive or negative. Eligibility criteria and qualification for registration of valuer. This question is nowadays this question is very important. Qualification and experience, where it is written? It is written in rule number 4. Remember, nowadays they generally give the question rule number 4, but is related to the qualification and experience. We have a serial number, qualification from university or institute established, recognized, or incorporated by law in India. Experience in the specified field. PG degree, PG diploma on a specified discipline. We require the minimum 3-year experience. Bachelor degree of or equivalent in specified discipline. We require the minimum 5-year experience. Membership of the professional institute established by the Act of Parliament. In that case, we require minimum 3 years after such membership. Then basic eligibility in the negation, it should be not a minor, it should be not an unsound mind, it should be not undischarged bankrupt, it is not a non-resident in India, has not been convicted for an offense punishable with the imprisonment for term exceeding 6 months. For an offense involve moral turpitude, or in either case, a period of 5 years has not elapsed from the expiry of the sentence. If a person have a convicted of an offense and sentenced in respect thereof to imprisonment for a period of 6 years, imprisonment of 7 years or more, then he shall be not be eligible for a registered as a registered valuer. Has not been levied a penalty under section 271J of the Income Tax Act. This is very important. And time limit for filing appeal has expired and the 5 year not been elapsed after the levy of such penalty. Section number 271 of the Income Tax Act pertain to the penalties related to incorrect or misleading information provided by certain professionals. That is registered valuer providing valuation report. If you're providing miscorrect or incorrect information, then they will put the penalty. And basic eligibility condition positive, since you must possess the qualification experience, has passed the qualification, passed the valuation examination within 3 years preceding is a fit and proper. Within 3 years preceding means, suppose you are passed after you qualifying the exam, and within 3 years you have to take the registration from IBBI. Otherwise, you have again appear for the exam. And the certificate time period is 3 years. Is a fit and proper person. What is a fit and proper person? Is a fit and proper person criteria inclusive? Are they inclusive? There must be integrity, there must be reputation and character, absence of conviction and restraint order, and there must be a competence and financial solvency. The code earlier we have done the annexure number 2. Annexure number 2 is related to timeline and
Forms.
Now we are conduct. Annexure number 1 is given for the code of conduct. Code. Both the annexure, please remember. Both the annexure very important. And annexure number 1 is very important for exam purpose. Then we have come to the model code of conduct. Model code of conduct says that integrity and fairness. The integrity is doing the right thing even no one is watching. C.S. Lewis says a valuer shall, in conduct of his or its business, follow high standard of integrity and fairness. Shall be honest, straightforward, and forthright. Ensure that he or it provide true and adequate information, and shall not misrepresent any fact or situation. Shall not be disreputeful to the profession. A valuer shall keep public interest foremost while delivering his services. See, by reading this slide, you people feel very easy, but it's very difficult. Why? Suppose they have given the question, they're framing the question this way. A valuers are honest, blank, and forthright. Then you have to know that in honest, you have to fill up the word straightforward. Or they have given the honest and straightforward, you have to fill the word forthright. In option, all the 4 options you're receiving that seem to be very reasonable. Very reasonable. And in that time, you people are confusing a lot. Then if you want to clear the 3 out of 3, and you have to read multiple times the professionalism. Professionalism seem to be very easy, but it's not easy. It is a very difficult part. If you read word by word, and you have to remember which word is prefix or a suffix. You have to also remember prefix and suffix word, and they generally check the knowledge of the basic thing, and ensure they provide true and adequate. Some instead of adequate, they have given the correct option, correct information, or reasonable information. We people generally seem to be like, oh, it's correct, but it is not the correct. they require the particular word which are written in the PPT itself. Then we have the professional competence and due care. Ensure we have to see the high standard service. We have to provide the high standard service. We also exercise the due diligence and ensure proper care and exercise the independent professional judgment. Whatever judgment we generally put it. We carry out the professional service in accordance with the relevant technical and professional standard. We also see the professional and technical standard. Update the professional knowledge and skill to provide the competent professional services. A valuer shall not carry out any instruction of the client insofar as they are incompatible with the requirement integrity, objective independence. You have to provide the high standard service, even you have to exercise the due diligence, even you have to see the proper care and exercise the independent professional judgment. Do not fall to the client. You do not fall to the client. Then we have an independent disclosure of interest. A valuer shall act as an objectivity in his or its professional dealing by ensuring that his or its decisions are made without presence of any bias. There should be no bias should become. There no conflict of interest or no coercion or undue influence by any party, whether directly connected to the valuation assignment or not. A valuer shall not take the assignment if he or its or any of his or its relative or associate is not independent in terms of association. There must be a independent. You can't take the assignment. Suppose your relative is working some company. In that case, you can't take the assignment. A valuer shall maintain complete independence in his professional relationship and shall conduct the valuation independent of external influence. Then we have a valuer shall, wherever necessary, disclose to the client possible source of conflict of duties and interest while providing unbiased service. You do not follow the bias. This paragraph is very important. A valuer shall not deal in the securities of any subject company after any time when he or its first become aware of the possibility of his or its association with the valuation. Most of the time, in accordance with the CEV provision of insider trading regulation, or till the time the valuation report become public. Most of the you people are holding some shares of any company. In that case, you can't take the assignment of that company. Okay. Either you hold the share or either you take the assignment of valuation report. Then a valuer shall not indulge in mandate snatching. Mandate snatching means you can't offering the convenience valuation. To whom? To the client. As per the requirement to client, you can't give the valuation report. In order to cater the client company need, you can't give the valuation report. As an independent valuer, the valuers are not charged success fee. What do you mean by success fee? Success fees mean based on the success of the project, you will charge in any fee. Suppose some client has approached to you and he has said, sir, please give the valuation report. Based on your valuation report, if the loan will be passed out, I'll pay some fee, commission. No, you can't do it. Okay, and it is given independent valuer. They are nowhere written the registered valuer or 34 AV valuer. They are nowhere. They are given the independent valuer. Independent valuer means covering all valuer, even the registered valuer or 34 AV valuer. In any fairness opinion or independent expert opinion submitted by a valuer, if there has been prior engagement in an unconnected transaction, if you have a prior engagement in unconnected transaction, then the valuer have to declare the association. You have to declare the association with during the last 5 years. If the last 5 years there is no relation with that company, then only you will receive the assignment. Otherwise, you can't receive the assignment. And you are receiving the assignment that you are overriding the professional ethics.
मैंडेट स्नैचिंग और सक्सेस फी में किसी को कोई डाउट है?
हाँ, वही मैं पूछने वाला था. मैंडेट स्नैचिंग सर.
Mandate sir, you can't give the client report. That suppose client has said that sir, please increase the value of the share or please increase the property value. You can't give na. Based on the valuation report, the bank will pass the loan amount or they will use the somewhere elsewhere. Based on you will be satisfied. You will be not unbiased. Clear, sir?
Sir, can I take this question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, सर देखिए, इन सिंपल वर्ड्स, मिस्टर घोष एक बैंक में जाते हैं, लेट इट बी कोई भी ABC बैंक है, वहां पर मैनेजर साहब के पास जाते हैं, मैनेजर साहब को बोलते हैं सर मैं वैल्यूएशन का काम करता हूं, आप मुझे काम दीजिए. इट इज इन सिंपल वर्ड, इट मे नॉट बी एक्चुअली मैचिंग विद दिस वर्ड, बट इट इज फॉर अंडरस्टैंडिंग पर्पजेज। मिस्टर घोष एक बैंक मैनेजर के पास जाते हैं, मिस्टर एबीसी जो किसी बैंक में है, उन बोलते हैं सर मुझे काम दीजिए। वो बोलते हैं कि सर मैं तो मिस्टर रेड्डी को काम दे रहा हूँ, वो बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं एंड आई एम सेटिस्फाइड विद हिज वर्क। तो मिस्टर घोष बोलते हैं अरे सर वो क्या पैसा लेता है वो मिस्टर रेड्डी? वो मिस्टर रेड्डी सर वो मैनेजर साहब बोलते हैं सर वो 5,000 रुपीज पर रिपोर्ट लेता है और उसका रिपोर्ट मुझे काफी अच्छा लगता है। तो मिस्टर घोष बोलते हैं सर आप एक काम करिए, आप मुझे काम कल से दीजिए, मैं 2,500 में करने को तैयार हूँ। ओके, तो आप उसका सारा काम मुझे दे दीजिए। दैट इज, इन अदर वर्ड्स, इन सिंपल वर्ड्स, इट इज कॉल्ड मैंडेट स्नैचिंग। मीन्स आप उससे काम को छीन रहे हैं अनएथिकल वे से। ओके, बैंक के हिसाब से फीस 5,000 बनता है, लेकिन आप उससे कम में करने को तैयार हैं। और उस एग्जिस्टिंग, अगर बैंक मैनेजर अपनी मर्जी से काम देता है दैट इज डिफरेंट इशू। नॉट बैंक मैनेजर, एनी क्लाइंट। आप किसी क्लाइंट के पास जाते हैं, वो बोलते हैं कि सर मैं उससे काम करा रहा हूँ एज ए इंजीनियर, मैं उसके पास उससे सर्विसेज ले रहा हूँ। आप बोलते हैं सर मैं सुपरविजन का काम और कंसल्टेंसी का काम मैं करता हूँ, आप मुझे उससे 5,000 लेस दे दीजिए या 5% लेस दे दीजिए, 2% लेस दे दीजिए। मीन्स कंपैरिजन अगर करके आप किसी से काम छीनते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड मैंडेट स्नैचिंग। सर एम आई राइट?
Correct, sir. Correct.
गौर साहब, इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, sir, clear. It's kind of bribing or taking unfair
नॉट
means.
ब्राइबिंग, नॉट ब्राइबिंग सर,
Un-
इट इज नॉट ब्राइबिंग। इट इज नॉट ब्राइबिंग। ब्राइबिंग है
That
जब
is
आप
the word,
मैनेजर को
please
कुछ
don't
देते हैं,
focus on sir. I
अगर आप
think, sir,
मैनेजर
I
को
think.
कुछ देते हैं तो वो गिफ्ट एंड उसमें आ जाता है, वो ब्राइबिंग नहीं है सर। आप किसी आदमी से काम छीन रहे हैं अनएथिकल वे से अपना फीस कम करके।
Okay,
लॉस तो आपको हो रहा है,
okay.
आप कुछ दे
समझ
नहीं
गए।
रहे हैं किसी को, आप अपना फीस कम कर रहे हैं। 5,000 फीस है उसका बैंक का, आप उससे 2,500 ले रहे हैं, मीन्स अपना अपना लॉस कर रहे हैं, लेकिन उससे काम छीनने के लिए इन
समझ गए।
अनएथिकल वे। ब्राइबिंग इज डिफरेंट, टोटली डिफरेंट, वो हम आगे पढ़ेंगे।
ठीक।
एनी डाउट इन सक्सेस फी? सक्सेस फी में किसी को कोई डाउट है? नो डाउट। कुछ पूछना चाहते हैं सक्सेस फी के बारे में? सबको क्लियर है क्या है सक्सेस फी? सर ने अभी बताया आपको। ओके, यस सर, प्लीज कंटिन्यू।
Sir, I don't know, sir. Success fee.
या सर, कैन आई टेक सर?
Yes, sir.
मिस्टर प्रसाद, इज इट योर क्वेश्चन सर?
Yes, sir.
या सर, सक्सेस फी, अभी आपने कोई रिपोर्ट बनाकर दिया किसी को, लेट इट बी मिस्टर रामचंद्र जी को या मिस्टर सतीश जी को। आप सतीश जी बोलते हैं कि अरे मैंने आपको सर आपको फीस में तभी दूंगा जब मेरा बैंक में लोन पास होगा, वैल्यूएशन का तभी मुझे फायदा है, तभी फायदा है, इन अदर केस तभी फायदा। लेकिन एज अ वैल्यूअर आपको न्यूट्रल रहना है। अगर आप उसको बोलते हैं सर कोई बात नहीं, मैं आपको रिपोर्ट बनाकर दे देता हूं, अभी आप मुझे आप मेरा फीस टोटल 5,000 है, अभी आप मुझे 4,000 दे दीजिए, अगर आपका बैंक में लोन हो गया तो 3,000 मुझे बाद में दे दीजिए। मीन्स यहां पर आप उससे एज अ कमीशन कुछ चार्ज कर रहे हैं सक्सेस फी के लिए। जैसे नॉर्मली किसी प्रोफेशन में होता है कि अगर अगर मैं ये केस जीत गया तो मैं इतना पैसा लूंगा, अगर हार गया तो इतना पैसा लूंगा। ओके, तो आप वैल्यूएशन करने का आपका 5,000 फीस है, आप उसे 3,000 अभी ले रहे हैं और उसको एक ऑफर दे रहे हैं कि अगर आपका लोन हो गया, दैट मीन्स यू आर हेल्पिंग हिम इन अनएथिकल वे
Okay, sir.
for getting the loan. That is called success fee. Means fee depending on the success of the that valuation report, the purpose, success of the purpose of that report. You cannot do that. That is unethical, totally unethical. Both mandate snatching and success fee, both are unethical. Is
Thank
it
you, sir.
okay, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Am I right, sir? Jackie, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, please continue, sir.
Thank you, sir. Then we come to the confidentiality part. Valuers are not used or divulge to any other client or any other party any confidential information about the subject company what you have acquired, which has come to his or its knowledge without the proper and specific authority. You have to take the specific authority from the client, or unless there is a legal or professional duty or duty to disclose. If there is any legal professional, then in that case you can disclose it. A valuer shall ensure that he or its maintain written contemporaneous record. Written contemporaneous record means day-to-day record for any decision taken. The reason for taking the decision and the information and evidence in support of such decision. A valuer shall appear cooperate, and be available for inspection and investigation carried out by the authority. By any person authorized by the authority, registered valuer organization with which he or it is registered, or any other statutory regulatory body. Must be appear, must be cooperate. Valuer shall provide all information and record as may be required by the authority or tribunal or appellate tribunal, the highest authority of the tribunal, appellate tribunal, the registered valuer organization with which he or is registered, or any other statutory regulatory body. This paragraph very, very important. A valuer, while respecting the confidentiality of information acquired during the course of performing the professional services, shall maintain proper working paper for how many years? 3 years. But they have given the or such longer period as required in the contract. In contract, they specify that you have to preserve for 5 years, then you have to preserve for 5 years. Forget the 3 years. Or production before regulatory authority or peer review. In the event of the pending case before the tribunal or appellate tribunal, the record shall be maintained till the disposal of the case. And we get the three situations. One situation is 3 years. Second situation is as per contract. And third situation, if there is any case is pending, then till the disposal of the case, you have to preserve.
Any doubt related to this point? देखिए, आपको कोई भी वैल्यूएशन करना है तो उसका पेपर्स, उसका फोटोग्राफ, उसका कैलकुलेशंस, उसका रूट मैप, उसका डॉक्यूमेंट्स, ईच एंड एवरीथिंग आपको मिनिमम से मिनिमम एज पर लॉ आपको 3 साल के लिए प्रिजर्व करना है, फर्स्ट कंडीशन। सेकंड कंडीशन आपको बताया है, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में अगर लिखा है कि 5 इयर्स, तो आपको 5 इयर्स तक करना है। अगर उस प्रॉपर्टी के ऊपर कोई लिटिगेशन है या कोई कोर्ट केस चल रहा है, तो जब तक वो कोर्ट केस सेटल नहीं होता 3 इयर्स तक तो रखना ही है। अगर वो 30 इयर्स तक केस चल रहा है तो आपको 30 इयर्स तक आपकी लायबिलिटी है डॉक्यूमेंट्स को प्रिजर्व करने की। तो कभी भी आपको डॉक्यूमेंट्स मांगे जा सकते हैं। तो नॉर्मली हमने देखा है वैल्यूअर्स के जो टेंडेंसी होती है, आपके पास डॉक्यूमेंट्स आए, आपने बैंक से रिपोर्ट डॉक्यूमेंट्स लिया, सेल डीड लिया, उसका नक्शा लिया, उसके बाद में रिपोर्ट बनाया, रिपोर्ट के साथ पूरा का पूरा स्टेपल किया और वापस भेज दिया। बाद में बोलते हैं सर हमारे पास डॉक्यूमेंट ही नहीं है। 2 साल के बाद, अगर 1 साल के बाद है, 6 महीने के बाद कोई इंस्पेक्शन होता है, तो नाउ इट इज मैंडेटरी एज पर रूल्स, एज पर कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट। आपने साइन करके दिया है कि मैं 3 साल तक डॉक्यूमेंट को प्रिजर्व करके रखूंगा। तो कभी भी आपसे पूछा जाता है, किस किस ने पूछना है वो भी आपको बताया सर ने, कौन कौन आपसे पूछ सकता है। उसमें आरवीओ इज ऑल्सो अ पार्टी, authority is also a party, tribunal is also a party, and many other departments are also there. स्टैचू के ऊपर जो भी डिपार्टमेंट्स हैं वो सारे आ सकते हैं। तो आपको 3 साल तक कोई भी रिपोर्ट आप करते हैं तो आपके पास उसके डॉक्यूमेंटेशन आपके पास होने चाहिए, वर्किंग पेपर सभी, इंक्लूडिंग कैलकुलेशंस। अगर आपने एक कोई विजिट किया है, उसका आपने रेट दिया है 1 लाख रुपीज पर स्क्वायर यार्ड, लेट इट बी 1 लाख, लेट इट बी फॉर एग्जाम्पल, वेग एग्जाम्पल, 1 लाख रुपीज पर स्क्वायर मीटर, लेट इट बी, उसका आपने रेट दिया है। तो आपसे पूछा जा सकता है व्हाई नॉट इट इज 99,500 एंड व्हाई नॉट इट इज 1,15,000, 1,01,000, व्हाई यू हैव चूजन ओनली 1 लाख, व्हाई नॉट 99,999 एंड व्हाई नॉट 1,15,000 रुपीज। तो ये कैलकुलेशन आपके पास होना चाहिए। और सेकेंडली, आपने कौन सा अप्रोच इस्तेमाल किया है तीनों में से, वो भी इनकम अप्रोच किया है, मार्केट अप्रोच किया है, कॉस्ट अप्रोच किया है, या कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ 2 किया है, और वो ही क्यों किया है। और अगर आपने इनकम अप्रोच किया है तो मार्केट अप्रोच आपने क्यों नहीं किया, या कॉस्ट अप्रोच क्यों नहीं किया, ये इसका भी जस्टिफिकेशन आपको होना चाहिए। दैट हैज टू बी इनकॉर्पोरेटेड इन रिपोर्ट आल्सो, एज वेल एज यू हैव टू कीप the papers for minimum for 3 years available for inspection and matching with the other 2 conditions. Yes sir, please continue.
Thank you, sir. Then we come to the gift and hospitality. A valuer or his or its relative shall not accept gift or hospitality which undermine or affect his independence as a valuer. Then explanation: for the purpose of code of the term relative shall be same meaning which is given in the clause 77 section 2 of the Companies Act. For your understanding, earlier we have discussed you can't accept. Now they are saying you can't offer also. A valuer shall not offer gift, hospitality, or financial or any other advantage to the public servant or any other person with a view to obtain or retain work for himself or itself, or to obtain or retain his advantage in conduct of profession for himself or itself.
Mr. Ghosh, here's the answer of your question, sir.
Yes, sir. That's snatch one. Yeah.
Yes.
Then we have a remuneration and cost. A valuer shall provide service for remuneration which is charged in a transparent manner. It should be a reasonable reflection of the work taken necessarily and properly undertaken, and is not inconsistent with the applicable rule what they have mentioned. In that case, you have to receive the remuneration. A valuer shall not accept fee or charges other than those which are disclosed in written contract with the person to whom he is on rendering the service. Occupation and employability and restriction. A valuer shall refrain from accepting too many assignments. But at present, we do not have any explanation too many assignments. There are no explanation present. We have too many assignments. They have given the too many assignments. If he or it's unlikely to able to devote adequate time to each of his assignments. Valuers shall not conduct business which, in the opinion of authority or registered valuer organization, that discredit the profession. You can't take any assignment that will discredit the profession. Then already we have discussed.
What does it mean, sir? Discredit the profession?
Discredit means, sir, suppose you have taken any type of report, any type of cases which are not as per professional ethics. Suppose you are not taking a professional, and in that case, the organization will be. Suppose you have just that we have discussed that. Suppose you that what we have discussed earlier, that snatching reporting or convenience valuation, you can't do this thing. Suppose you are taking the snatching report or convenience valuation, then success fee, that will be all discredit the profession. Clear, sir? Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Then we have already we have discussed RVO, section number 8, section number 25. We have discussed objective of the promoting the valuer and valuation association, and make application in form number D and receive registration in form number E. With this thing we have done. Then come to temporary surrender. A member shall temporarily surrender his membership at least 30 days before when he become a person non-resident in India, take up employment, start any business except as specifically permitted under the code of conduct. Upon acceptance of temporary surrender and completion of 30 days from the date of application of temporary surrender, the name of the member shall be temporarily struck from the register of the RVO, and same shall be intimated to registration authority, that is the IBBI. These three situation is very important. One is non-resident, employment, and start business. And expulsion from membership. A member shall be expelled by RVO if he is become ineligible to be enrolled under bylaw 9 on the expiry of 13 from the order of the disciplinary committee, unless set aside or stay by the appellate panel upon non-payment of membership fee. This is very, very important. For example, if you have not paid the membership fee and they have served the notice, then also you have not paid the membership, then the membership will be expelled upon the cancellation of a certificate of registration by the registration authority or upon the order of the court of law. Then professional practice, engagement letter, you will be required the engagement letter. An engagement letter is a work order, a written agreement that describes the business relationship. It details the scope of the agreement, terms and cost. It describes the detail of the service to be delivered. It is a legal document and binding in the business deal.
Yeah. The common question for all the participants: has anyone getting the appointment letter before starting the work? Mr. Maiti, Mr. Ghosh, Mr. Murthy, Mr. Deshpande, Mr. Chandran, क्या आप अभी तक काम शुरू करने से पहले अपॉइंटमेंट लेटर या एंगेजमेंट लेटर या वर्क एग्रीमेंट कुछ आप ले रहे हैं? Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Presently, we are working in NHA as a consultant, sir.
Yeah. Are you getting this letter?
Yes, sir. I am after appointment only. I am giving my service.
Yeah, very
as
nice.
a consultant to the, not as an valuer, sir.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. For whatsoever consultancy you are providing, it is very important to get the all the things in black and white and get a letter of engagement or letter of assignment before starting the work. It is the best ethical practice for all the, or it is very important for inspection purposes also. जब भी आपका inspection होगा, कोई भी आपने property value किया है या visit किया है, तो सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन आपको यही होगा, आप हमें letter of engagement दिखाइए. और अगर आपके पास लेटर ऑफ एंगेजमेंट है तो 20% आपका हर्डल क्लियर हो जाता है, क्योंकि सभी टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन एंगेजमेंट लेटर में लिखा होता है, आपका स्कोप ऑफ वर्क लिखा रहता है, आपकी कंडीशंस लिखी रहती हैं, आपके विजिटिंग डेट्स लिखी रहती हैं, डेट ऑफ अपॉइंटमेंट लिखा रहता है, डेट ऑफ कंप्लीशन लिखा रहता है. ईच एंड एवरीथिंग इज मेंशन्ड इन ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट. तो अगर आपके पास है, दैट इज द बेस्ट एथिकल प्रैक्टिस. और आज से ही आप शुरू कर दीजिए. अगर आपने अभी तक नहीं किया तो आज के बाद इसको शुरू करिए, क्योंकि इट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ code of conduct and it is a part of syllabus also. Yes, sir. Please continue. Sorry to
Thank you, sir. Advantage, already sir has said, setting expectation is important. Mention if other costs are involved that are not covered in the agreement. Business set boundaries on the work that is expected to be performed. Include the clause regarding the mediation or granting arbitration for the relationship. Then terms of the engagement, what they have covered: service which are to be provided, financial disbursement of fee and expenses, applicable taxes, confidentiality, termination of contract, timelines, responsibility of client and valuer, and third-party expert or external valuer to be involved, and their terms and thereof change in scope. Management representation. A management representation is a written accuracy by the management company management, attesting to the accuracy of the information and statement that has been furnished to the valuer for the assignment. It is a written record of representation made, information produced, and document provided. Presentation that all the information submitted is accurate. Nothing of the significance had been held or concealed. Later, the letter shifts some blame to the management if it turns out that the some element of the statement do not fairly represent the condition of the business. Then this is very, very important. Very, very important. Point number 5. Guidance on the use of expert. Valuers should hire expert for a specialized part of the asset valuation. Experts should be part of the management team or an independent person. There should be no conflict of interest. Bullet number 4 is very, very important. When you hiring the expert, it is your duty to evaluate the skill, knowledge, and experience of the expert. Experts should have sufficient resource to perform the work in a given time. Extent of reliance to be placed on the work done by the expert. Valuer cannot be absolved of his ultimately responsibility of the assignment. Independence and conflict of interest. Valuer is expected to be independent at all time. Conflict of interest when will arises? Conflict arises when the valuer is a buyer of the client product, when valuer is a supplier of the client, when valuer is engaged in any manner with the client, present or past, valuer relative has a business relationship with the client, and also the conflict of interest will be happening. This much you have to remember for scoring 3 marks. First, we discuss the MCQ. A valuer shall maintain proper working paper for a period of
3 years.
3 years.
3 years.
Valuers shall maintain integrity by being honest, straightforward, and blank in non-professional relationship.
Ethical.
No.
Ethical.
No,
Transparent.
no. That is why I have said na.
Forthright.
Right.
Word by word you have to remember. A valuer shall render at all time high standard of exercise due diligence, ensure proper care, and exercise independent professional judgment.
Terms of expenditure of exercise the Should you care and exercise independent professional judgment.
Ethics.
Ethics.
Professionalism.
No,
Ethics.
high standard of integrity.
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 See, that is why I said word by word you have to sir recall. Otherwise you'll stuck in the exam. A valuer blank maintain professional knowledge and shall to provide competent professional service based on up-to-date development in practice.
Should always.
Should always.
No,
Should always.
no,
Continuously.
shall continuously. Shall continuously. Valuer shall maintain complete independence in his or its professional relationship and shall conduct the valuation independent of
External factors.
External
No.
influences.
external influences.
Influence.
External factors.
Influences.
External factors.
As in blank valuer, the valuer shall not charge success fee.
Independent.
Independent, not registered.
Independent.
A valuer shall ensure that he maintain record for any decision taken.
Evaluations account report contains whether the documents sufficient documents or
Adequate
evaluation.
document.
Sufficient documents.
Adequate.
See.
Adequate
Sufficient
document.
Neither adequate document, neither sufficient document. It is a written contemporaneous record. It maintains the written contemporaneous record.
What is the answers?
A written contemporaneous record, day-to-day record, we have to maintain.
Oh.
We have discussed now this thing, day-to-day record we have to maintain. A valuer shall appear blank be available for inspection and investigation carried by the authority.
Cooperate.
Be honest. Be honest.
Cooperate.
Corporate.
A valuer shall provide all information record as may be required by the authority. The blank appellate tribunal, the registered valuer with which he registered or any other statutory regulation.
Tribunal.
Correct. Very good.
Tribunal.
A valuer or his relative shall not accept gift or hospital which blank or affect his independence of valuer.
Compromise.
No.
Damages.
No, sir. Undermine.
Undermines. It is the answer.
Undermine.
By seeing the option, it feels very easy, na? But it's not easy.
Oh.
All the options seem to be very reasonable.
Undermine.
A valuer shall not offer gift hospitality or a blank or any other advantage to public servant or any other person.
Financial.
Financial.
Yes.
Correct. This much you have to know for scoring 3 marks. Comfortable zone?
एमसीक्यू में सब कुछ इजी है, क्वेश्चंस आपको बिल्कुल इजी लगेंगे, डिफिकल्ट तो आंसर है। क्वेश्चन जब पढ़ेंगे बहुत इधर है, बहुत इजी क्वेश्चन है, ये तो मुझे आता है, ये तो मैं 50 साल से कर रहा हूँ, 20 साल से कर रहा हूँ वैल्यूएशन। लेकिन जब आप ऑप्शन देखेंगे तब डिफिकल्टी शुरू होता है। तो इसलिए सर ने आपको जो बताया बिल्कुल वर्ड टू वर्ड उसको थोड़ा सा पढ़ने की कोशिश करिए, कंसंट्रेट करिए पढ़ते वक्त, उसको इग्नोर मत करिए। फटाफट यार इंटीग्रिटी क्या है मैं पढ़ लेता हूँ, एथिक्स क्या है पढ़ लेता हूँ, 2 मिनट में पढ़ के खत्म हो गया चैप्टर, 3 मार्क का है मैं कर लूंगा। लेकिन यहीं पर हिडन सीक्रेट जो है वो आपका ये है कि 1 या 2 वर्ड भी आपने कंटिन्यूटी में मिस किया, सिंक्रोनाइजेशन में मिस किया या कंटिन्यूटी में गड़बड़ किया तो आपको ये नेगेटिव मार्किंग देगा। और नेगेटिव मार्किंग अगर आप सही करेंगे तो 1 मार्क मिलने वाला है, अगर गलत करेंगे तो 1.25 जाएगा, 0.25 आपके वैलिड से भी जाएगा। ये सबसे खतरनाक सिचुएशन है। तो आपको बहुत कंसंट्रेशन के साथ करना है। यस सर, ओवर टू यू सर।
Thank you, sir. Any query, sir? Any query, you people? Madam? Yes, sir. Ram, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Any query?
peer review, when it is done
Sir,
by the RVO?
No, after you qualify the exam, when you take the assignment, then you can eligible to take the peer review for your report. If you do the peer review of report, then it's very easy to maintain the quality of the report. You maintain the quality of report, the RVO will give the peer reviewer certificate that you are providing the quality of report to the client. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
sir? Can I take this question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mr. Uttam Rao ji, after completing the registration process, आप जो भी रिपोर्ट करेंगे आपको हर 6 महीने के बाद आपको HYR सबमिट करना है. Every 6 months मीन्स 1 अप्रैल से 30 सितंबर का जो हाफ ईयरली रिपोर्ट है वो आपको 1 अक्टूबर से लेकर 15 अक्टूबर अगले 15 दिनों में सबमिट करना है. और 1 अक्टूबर से 31 मार्च तक जो भी रिपोर्ट करेंगे वो आपको 1 अप्रैल से 15 अप्रैल के बीच में नेक्स्ट 15 डेज में आपको सबमिट करना है. तो जितनी भी आप रिपोर्ट्स करेंगे आपको उसमें HYR में आपको इनकॉर्पोरेट करके वो आपको RVO में सबमिट करना है. और RVO उसको नेक्स्ट 5 डेज के अंदर IBBI को सबमिट करेगा. तो जो भी आपने रिपोर्ट किया है उसका फोटोकॉपी आप उसमें से सेंसिटिव इंफॉर्मेशन को ब्लैक करने के बाद एड्रेस आप ब्लैक कर सकते हैं, पार्टी का नाम ब्लैक कर सकते हैं, वैल्यू ब्लैक कर सकते हैं. सेंसिटिव इंफॉर्मेशन जो आप समझते हैं कि नहीं पब्लिक में जाना चाहिए वो हटाने के बाद वो आपको RVO को भेजना है. और RVO उसके ऊपर पीयर रिव्यू करेगा. वो वॉलंटरी भी हो सकता है या आपको इंस्ट्रक्शन भी दिया जा सकता है, ऑर्डर भी हो सकता है. अगर RVO को लगेगा कि आपने कोई पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट में कोई डाउट है तो वो आपको एक इंस्पेक्शन नोटिस आएगा या पीयर रिव्यू का नोटिस आएगा. आपको बोला जाएगा पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट के बारे में आप फर्दर डिटेल हमें भेजिए. तो आप वो पूरा का पूरा रिपोर्ट जब आप पीयर रिव्यू के लिए क्वालिफाई होगा वॉलंटरी भी करा सकते हैं जैसा सर ने आपको बताया है. तो करने के बाद जो आपकी फाइंडिंग्स होंगी वो पीयर रिव्यू कमेटी आपको देगी और आपको उसमें अगर वो परमिसिबल होगा तो इट्स ओके, अदरवाइज वो फिर आपको शोकॉज नोटिस इशू होगा या फिर फर्दर आगे देयर आर सो मेनी कॉन्फ्लिक्ट कंप्लायंसेस आगे हो सकता है और डिसिप्लिनरी एक्शन तक चला जाए. अभी आप अगर आप देखें अथॉरिटी के वेबसाइट के ऊपर कुछ ऑर्डर्स हैं जो पुराने वैल्यूअर्स के लिए निकाले गए हैं. अगर आप उसको प्रॉपर पढ़ेंगे तो आपको थोड़ा पता चल जाएगा कहाँ कहाँ पर रिपोर्ट करते वक्त गलती हो सकती है और आप उसको गलती को थोड़ा सा अवॉइड कर सकते हैं बाय फॉलोइंग द फुटप्रिंट्स ऑफ दैट ऑर्डर. एम आई राइट सर?
करेक्ट सर.
इसमें कुछ गलत है या कम है तो आप ऐड कर सकते हैं सर.
हेलो सर मेरा एक क्वेश्चन. हेलो सर.
यस सर. यस सर.
पीर रिव्यू बाय RVO इसको थोड़ा रिपीट करेंगे सर?
विच वन?
पीर रिव्यू बाय RVO का जो पीर रिव्यू है उसको एक बार रिपीट करिए ना.
सर RVO का पीयर रिव्यू नहीं है, RVs का पीयर रिव्यू है जो RVO करेगा.
ओके हाँ सर इसको थोड़ा रिपीट करेंगे.
रिपीट हो गया सर, मैंने अभी आपको बताया हिंदी में थोड़ी देर पहले. मिस्टर कांडू का जवाब मैंने आपको दिया, उसी के अंदर इसका आंसर आ गया है सर.
ओके ओके.
Sir, can you give an example of caveat? Where caveat comes, what is caveat?
So there is a special circular issued by the IBBI, Caveat Limitations and Disclosures, CLD के नाम से एक स्पेशल सर्कुलर है, वो हमारी वेबसाइट पर भी है. दैट इज नॉट अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस सिलेबस. That is issued by the authority after so much doing so much work and so much researches and other things. तो इसके बारे में एक CLD के बारे में एक स्पेशल सर्कुलर वेबसाइट के ऊपर है, IBBI की वेबसाइट के ऊपर भी अवेलेबल है. And it is also available on the official website of the CEV also. You can take advantage of reading that circular. That is very, very important circular. Very, very important circular for every valuer. We have arranged so many CPs and other conferences and meetings on that circular. If you can view our YouTube channel, you will certainly find 2 or 3 presentation on that. You can go through it, and if you find any difficulty, you can call back to us. But that is not a part, right of now, that is not a part of this syllabus. Means what you have to do and what not to do. Yes, sir. Jackie, sir, over to you, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir. Anybody who have a query?
Sir, there is one more query. In spite of this framework, when the court cases reaches to Supreme Court, High Court, we read that the valuation differs up to 10 times by different valuers. So please show light on this in subsequent lectures or now. as time permits.
So that is not a part of this syllabus. We will discuss this in the 0 hour.
Sir, related to any syllabus, any query, sir?
Syllabus से related कोई question हो तो पूछ सकते हैं आप. Related to 50 hours education course.
Sir, in the Annexure 1 Code of Conduct, I just missed to note one point after the occupation, employability and restrictions.
The PPT will be provided to you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
In the evening, it will be added in your folder.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I think you might have find the PPTs of yesterday's session in your folder. All the PPTs were added till yesterday evening.
Yes, sir.
This will also be added automatically by the IT team. I think no doubt is there. Jackie sir, over to you, sir.
Okay.
Final.
There any doubts, sir? No.
No, sir. Go ahead.
Sir, my request from my side, one request is here. Please read the question as a proper way in exam center and make the habit to read the question twice and thrice. It is very easy, sir. Very easy exam.
Yes.
You know all this, all the content you know. And CEV also arranged the faculty, and he has also arranged a lot of faculties who is highly skilled, and they're giving a lot of information to you. Lot of information. But thing is that you have to apply the information. You know the information, but you have to apply the information in the exam center. And how to apply? Read the question as a proper way, twice or thrice, and ample time will get, sir. Ample time. Clear, everyone?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir, for Jackie sir, for sparing your valuable time for this session, sir.
Thank you giving me opportunity, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
And friends, till now we have done the syllabus of 9 marks in your syllabus since morning. We have done 3 plus 3 plus 3, 9 marks syllabus in your subject topics for prescribed for today's session. And Rajvinder sir, are you there? Rajvinder sir, are you there? So we are going to take a lunch break for 1 hour. It is 2:40 now. We will rejoin sharp at 3:40. And शाम का सेशन थोड़ा सा बड़ा होने वाला है क्योंकि we want to cover कल का जो बचा था और आज का भी जो बचा है, दोनों का सिलेबस हम खत्म करना चाहते हैं. मिनिमम अगर आप देखें तो 6 to 7 days में आपको 16 मार्क्स का सिलेबस आपको एक दिन में करना है आउट ऑफ 100. तो कुछ टॉपिक्स कल के बचे हैं, कुछ टॉपिक्स कल ज्यादा नहीं कर पाए थे क्योंकि बिकॉज यस्टरडे वाज द फर्स्ट डे और मैं नहीं चाहता था कि आपको सिंक्रोनाइजेशन होने में थोड़ा सा टाइम लगे. फटीग भी था, फर्स्ट डे भी था और कंप्यूटर के ऊपर काफी लोगों को अभी तक प्रॉपर उसको सिस्टमैटिक तरीके से नहीं पता था कैसे चलाना है. तो अभी आज का दिन हम चाहेंगे कि 1 या 1.5 घंटा थोड़ा सा ज्यादा हो जाए. तो अभी आप लंच ब्रेक आपको 1 घंटे का दिया जा रहा है, तो आप शाम का जो भी आपका शेड्यूल है वो अभी पूरा कर लें. 1-2 रोटियां ज्यादा खा लें सो दैट के शाम को भूख नहीं लगे और नींद भी नहीं आना चाहिए. थोड़ा चाय गर्म करके इलायची डाल के थर्मोस के अंदर रख लें. तो इवनिंग सेशन विल बी अ लिटिल बिट लेट देन द नॉर्मल रूटीन. Till then, you can switch off your screen. Thank you, Jackie sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you once again,
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Best wishes from my
Thank
side,
you,
all
sir.
of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.